Hi Taurus, I'm Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot, getting ready to do your December tarot reading. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you've seen me do this before, normally what I do is pull or let fly 4, 5, 6, however many tarot cards come out, and then kind of decide if we're looking at love or career or life in general, family, health, whatever. Just depends on what comes through the cards. So let's see what we got going here for Taurus. And I am always open to constructive criticism. So if you think I should do something differently, let me know. The World in reverse just popped out. I would say that to me means you are in the middle of a cycle that is on its way to an end. Not over yet. You're right smack dab in the middle of it. So things could be a little rough at the moment in some way, shape, or form. And the Devil card. So that to me is some obsessions or some addictions that have reared its ugly head again. A month or so ago, you guys had whipped something, and now maybe that you thought you had a grip on something has come back to haunt you again. Whatever it may be. And it could be so many things. You will know what it is. And I feel like I'm hearing the word frustration. So I feel like there's a lot of frustration right now. Because you had a lot of forward movement there for a while, and then all of a sudden you took like a couple of steps back, which is very normal when you're trying to make a change. So quit beating yourself up. Three cards. All right, I'll take them. Okay. So third card that came up was King of Swords. Feel like you're having a whole lot of negative thoughts about this and very down on yourself. You're wanting to speak up about your setback, but I feel like you're afraid. And I feel like you know the best thing that you can do is talk about this setback that you're going through. And then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. So for some reason, your money is kind of at odds here. Or your family. I mean, like Ten of Pentacles, if you look at that, it's kind of like you've got a guy here that's passing out stuff, the dogs, everybody's happy. And now you're not happy anymore. And you need to talk. I feel like you need to talk to somebody. You need to talk to maybe your spouse about what's going on, and you're keeping that under wraps at the moment. I feel like there's some embarrassment going on. You maybe were a little cocky when you were moving forward and doing so well with everything, and then all of a sudden it was like you got yanked back, and I just feel like you're beating yourself up really bad right at the moment. Let's see what kind of emotions we're dealing with here at the moment, and see if this matches up with what I keep coming up with or feeling. The excited came in the reverse position. You were excited about a month ago. You had conquered I feel like I want to say an age-old problem or an age-old fear. You thought you had it conquered, and you are not feeling excited anymore because it's reared its ugly head. And again, you had a setback. It's not that big of a deal. And now I feel like you're feeling this towards yourself. Hateful, hostile, vengeful, spiteful. Ease up. It's okay. I mean, nobody kicks whatever bad habit they have done overnight. I mean, nobody does that. If you want to get inspired, I feel like this is saying that you need to start journaling and writing down the feelings, perhaps some of those anxious and anger feelings and frustration and everything that you're directing towards yourself is part of what's causing this thing to rear its ugly head again. It's kind of like this circle, and it keeps pointing back to you. And if you can write it down on a piece of paper, write it down in a journal or something, and get those negative thoughts out of your head and onto a piece of paper, that maybe those feelings of self-hatred and frustration and irritation and all of the stuff that you are feeling at yourself because you've taken a step back could help resolve itself. Okay, the lonely card came up in the reverse position. Although I feel like in this case, it should be in the upright. You're feeling isolated, alienated, and friendless, like you don't have anybody to go to. That's not true. I mean, there's somebody out there that you can talk to about this step backwards that you took. Someone that's been through it before, somebody that will help you, just help motivate you or help dissipate some of these feelings. And you're feeling embarrassed. Again, I keep feeling like you got like really super cocky when you thought you had this thing whipped, and you were like, oh, I got this handled, and, and now you're embarrassed because you've probably popped off and said some stuff that you shouldn't have. And your goal is wanting to feel confident again, which is, it will happen. It may be a month, it may be 2 months, it may be after the holidays. So what? You fell off the wagon over the holidays. Who doesn't? I would imagine 90% of the world falls off the wagon anytime they are trying to do something, whether it's drinking or eating or spending money or whatever the case is. The holidays tends to trigger people. The holidays is a time of overindulging everything, overindulging at parties and eating and Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners and shopping for Christmas and spending more money than you wanted to. I mean, God, it's like, and then you're around people probably at office parties, or you're around family members that you really don't want to be around, and the anxiety is at an all-time high. So there are outside factors that are causing this anxiety for you. So please, please, please give yourself a break, and stop beating yourself up. This is not the end of the world. I started to do some more of these cards, but I feel like we don't need any more of these cards. I want to do some numerology cards. I want to see what Spirit has to say. I mean, to me, it's very clear at this point in time. I mean, if you fell off the wagon, try to get back on. And if you don't, then get back on when you can, or find a support group or somebody. I was doing keto for a long, long time, and I have since fallen off the wagon. So this, even though this is a Taurus reading, I feel like I'm giving myself a lecture because I have let sugar back into my system, and I had that out completely for quite some time. I even quit a job at a basket shop candy store because being around that stuff was detrimental for me. And I have started working there part-time over the holidays to help wrap baskets. And so she has food sitting around all over the place and brings in food for the workers. And yeah, being back in there totally helped me fall off the wagon. So I just have to kind of roll with it and wait till this gets over and get back on the wagon myself. All right, Spirit, give me some numerology cards here for Taurus as far as any advice that you may have for them. Future, possibly. Love, partnership, and I feel like that should be in the upright position. Talk to, if you're married, talk to your spouse. If you are dating, put yourself out there and just, I feel like hiding your setback from other people. Like if you could talk to other people, it might help you be accountable. And karmic completion. Where does that fall in? Maybe that's to come up in the future. This is a karmic thing that you're dealing with. Oh, like dropping cards all over the place. What do we got here? Self-love. Okay, yes. You need to have more self-love and not beat yourself up. That coulda, shoulda, woulda isn't going to do you any good right now. You know, you fell off the wagon, period. You and everybody else in the world who tries to better themselves always falls off the wagon. So you're not any different than anybody else. Change came up in the reverse position. I also feel like that needs to be upright. You know, change is never easy. It happens over a period of time. If you've had the boat going this way your whole life and you're trying to rewrite it and head it this direction, that does not happen in 20 minutes. That takes a while to happen, and get back on course again. So all I can say is just relax, do what you can do for now. And then, you know, that's why January 1st is when New Year's resolutions come back into play and everybody decides that they're going to get back on course again. Forgiveness came up again. I feel like, I mean, it's pretty clear. Forgive yourself. Quit beating yourself up. You're not the only one that's fallen off the wagon. Again, whatever it is you fell from, it's okay. You're not alone. I'm going to do some sacred power. I mean, I don't know that I need to do any more cards. I mean, it's pretty clear here what Spirit is saying. You will get back on track. Right now, you are off track. Journal some and write your frustration down instead of holding it in. That might help matters. I'm waiting for some exercise cards to come out because exercise always reduces stress. Try not to be so busy right now. If you can, meditate. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can do to ease anxiety. The holidays are murder on people. That's all I can say. I honestly can't wait until they're all over. I've got stuff I want to do, and it's very hard to do stuff in the middle of the holidays because everybody's got plans. And okay, this says sound. So I'm saying listen to some music, relaxing music to help ease anxiety. Ask your angels for some assistance. They are there. Your guides are there to help you. Personal power. You do have personal power. You just feel like you don't right at the moment. And the last one is freedom. Free up some thoughts. Free up the beating yourself up and do the best you can until after the first of the year. That's all I can say. That's all I'm getting from this. I don't even need to do any more cards because, nope, I am going to do some. My whispers of healing. They always have something good to say. What else can you give the Taurus people as guidance during this season of Overindulgence. When they were trying to do better and they fell off the wagon. Self-love is all about it, you know. Everybody makes mistakes. What do you got to say here? Anything? Anything? What this one? Guardian. That goes along with your angel assistance. You've got guardian angels there that can help you. If this is really, really a concern for you, you know, ask for help. Ask for help from people down here and ask for help from the people up there. This one feels like it wants to come out. All of this is about growth. It's a growing period for you. It also is a period of time to know what your triggers are. That might be something that is going to come into full awareness right now, is pay special attention to what triggers you that makes you want to do the bad habit again. Trigger, bad habit. Trigger, bad habit. And see if you can become aware of what it is that causes the problems, and then do your best to stay out of those situations. That's one of the reasons I quit that job, and now I'm back in there part-time. It is very clear to me that I did make the right decision quitting. I'm not sure I made the right decision going back to help. Forward movement. That came up before somewhere. So anyway, all the same cards are coming up. It's all about forward movement. It's all about steady. Just take it a little bit at a time. Don't beat yourself up. I will see you middle of December, but I have a feeling starting in January, you'll get back on track. Things will be better. Quit beating yourself up, and it'll be okay. That's all I can say. It'll be okay. Bye.